Hello patrons and welcome back. Today I thought that I would take some time to make a new control journal for myself for the Flylady system. I know that I'm going to be doing a whole series with Flylady Cat come February, but I thought today would be a great day to just kind of relax and create a new journal for myself. Now, I had this other one that I created at the old house that I was in, but the thing is, with a lot of the things don't change, but because we have a different kind of house now, we don't have stairs, we don't have as many bedrooms, all of those different kind of things, I just wanted to take some time to update this and make it more of something that I like today. My style changes very frequently, I would say, and just with different things that I've learned, I would like to you know, just be a little bit creative with it and make something new and something more exciting to look at for me right now. So the purpose of the control journal is to really just help you stay on track and to kind of refer back to it if you're ever just at a loss of what to do. When we get into the routines and doing things to where it's second nature, then you really wouldn't be looking at it as much. But I find that there are a lot of things that I have lost over time just because I've gotten out of the habit of doing a lot of these things, especially with the whole renovation that we had. And you know, I was staying on top of certain routines, but then like I wasn't doing zones and all of those kind of different things. So that's what I'm going to focus on today. It has been such a gloomy week for the past 2 weeks actually, so it's been rather hard for me to film or even to have the energy to film different things. I found that the night before I would, you know, be planning out my day and how I was going to film things. Also, a lot of these things that I do take a lot more time than I anticipate it taking. And so, like, for instance, one video can take an entire day from getting ready to film to actually doing the filming. By the time I'm done filming, I'm just drained. And then having to then edit the whole video and making sure that I have all of the different shots that I was looking for, and sometimes I have to go back through and you know, redo something. But I would say that I'm definitely a sunshine girl. These gloomy days, while I love having that weather, I have found that when I'm wanting to get some work done, it's not something that I have the energy to do, so to speak. So I've spent some time just kind of relaxing or thinking, using this time to come up with different ideas of doing different things. But I found that today would be a really great day to just sit down at my desk and, you know, create this control journal that I am always feeling like I'm so busy, or I'm filming this or filming that, so I haven't really taken time to think this through. And I found that this is something that is going to require some forethought, some planning, and what I'm going to start doing is just kind of painting, because I love having beautiful pages when I'm going to be writing on something. So I did something, I'm looking at this thinking if I used these this type of paper as inspiration. I usually like to get a little bit of inspiration before I start, but I usually like to have a beautiful paper. I like to have beautiful paper that I write on. So I did not care for this one too much, and actually a few of them in here that I created I didn't care much for. So I'm looking forward to just kind of creating some new ones and seeing what comes of those, and sticking to a certain color palette, number one. That way I feel that it's all cohesive and that it just looks really good together, and I don't mind flipping through the pages. but just changing this up. That's what I'm looking for, to change this up. So after I do all of my painting, then I'm going to write my routines out, I'm going to write the zones out, I'm going to write out the basic weekly plan, which a lot of the times we can already understand what it is that we need to do. We don't need to write all of this out. The idea behind the control journal for your home would be, for instance, with the zones, you go into each room and you write out in detail what kind of things that you would want done in your home if you were, say, a realtor, or you were going to hire a cleaning company to come in, and what you would ask them to do. I made myself a cup of tea. I have some chamomile tea here. Right now it is just afternoon, and I am going to be spending my time doing this instead of like right now I'm not feeling like going to clean out the girls' room. That's something that I definitely need to do. There are other things that I need to organize, but for right now I just want to focus on one project because I feel like my mind is going in a million different directions, and so that's why I want to just take this time to relax and to do something creative and to just feel like I'm taking a step in the direction of certain videos that I'm going to be filming very soon. So that, for instance, when I do, when I am going to be filming some of my Flylady videos, I want to use this control journal in some of those videos. And I know I'm going to get a lot of questions about it, like how did you come up with it, or you know, where did you get it? So I wanted to share this with all of you and my thought process behind it, because it's not going to be something that I talk much about on my channel, if at all. I'm just going to leave this for Patreon, and all of you can see how I kind of come up with this, and you know, maybe it will inspire you to create your own. Set aside some time to really care about what it is that you're creating. Not necessarily that you have to be an artist or anything to do this, but even making sure that your things are outlined in a certain way to where it's understandable for you and that you like to see it. So maybe for some of you who you don't really like your handwriting, maybe that would mean printing it out from a computer, maybe even in a beautiful font, something like that. I take so much more joy in creating it myself than I do in printing something. But I know that some people come up with some really amazing printables and stuff like that, but I just think that I have a lot more care for something that I create myself, and it helps me get out of my head to just, you know, sit there and create, because then I'm not thinking about anything else. Like I said, my mind is going in so many different directions, and I just want to focus on one thing without thinking about filming this or filming that. I just want to do this. So maybe that's a little bit more than you bargained for with this video, with me talking about all of this, but yeah, I just hope that you know, it inspires you to sit down to create something. It doesn't have to be a control journal, but just something to where, you know, you get a lot of joy out of whatever it is that you do. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Enjoy my cup of tea and paint. Oh, I also want to make mention of the fact that this to me fits into organization because of the fact that it's helping me to organize my thoughts and my mind, and for the future, because right now I don't feel that I'm very organized with my thought process in the different things that I'm going to be doing, in the different things that I want to do with the house. And like I said, getting back into the Flylady system is something that I really needed to do. I still keep with certain routines, and that has been very helpful for me, but it's time for me to get back into the whole system because of the fact that certain things have been let go, and I want to make sure that I'm staying on top of all of these things. So that's why taking time to organize yourself, organize your thoughts, organize whatever it is that you use to figure out what you're doing, it's a good time to do that. So here is a look at my setup right now, how I'm going to be, where I'm going to be painting. I think that it's important to have your tools available for you, so I'm going to be using that paintbrush. I need to get out my palette here, and then the colors that I'm going to use, and then just start painting. Now, as you can see right here, I have these, this is watercolor paper that I just cut myself from this pad of paper, and what I'm going to be doing is just painting different things. I don't know where exactly, maybe in the corner or something is what I had in mind, and then I will be writing on that afterwards. But yeah, having a nice setup that you really enjoy, I think, makes all of the difference. about time to go get the kids now, so I just thought that I would share with you how things are looking right now. I have a lot of them are drying, but I just wanted to give you a quick look at how these are coming out. So this is for the morning routine, and then I have the after dinner routine. So each of them are different. They're all very unique. And then it goes into the basic weekly plan. So this is Renew Your Spirit. And then I have weekly home blessing hour that I need to put in here, which is going to look like this. And then I have desk day is done. I still need to write out, you know, pamper day, all those kind of things. So on some of these, I add my own things that I kind of tailor to my own. So for instance, on weekly home blessing hour, I am going to be shining my sink that day. I like to disinfect my sink at least once a week. So I think that weekly home blessing hour is a great time to do that, such as since all of this is only supposed to take an hour minus the shining your sink, then that gives me, if I start, you know, with putting the bleach in there, filling it up with water and putting the bleach in there right before I start my weekly home blessing hour, then by the time I'm done, it'll be ready to shine up and scrub and all of that. So that is just something that I still like to do once a week, and on the day that I do the majority of the cleaning, which is the Monday. So I know that each day people choose whatever for each of their days, but I'm just going to go by the Flylady system for what day each of these land on. So I'm almost done, but it's not quite there yet, but I've really made some progress in this area, so I'm happy about that. And then once this is all done, I'll be able to focus more on recording the videos for them.